Welcome to the group. Happy Tuesday morning. So I was going to talk a bit about anatomy this morning because I love talking about this, and I specialize in yoga therapy, physical therapy. So anatomy is, the foundation of a lot of my work, and I was going to explain how to make it easy and simple and give you a free resources. But I've been talking with a few of you, and this message keeps coming up of really wanting to grow and expand your business, but feeling stuck because either you don't know how or you don't have the money. And I realize that I can teach you all the anatomy you want, but if you're never getting the clients and the students, then you have no one to teach it to and no way to use it. So really, this, as much as, you know, wellness practitioners, yoga teachers, healthcare providers, whatever, coaches, whoever or whatever you may call yourself or specialize in, as much as we may hate this and weren't taught this in school, marketing and selling your service and yourself has to be the number one step. You have to get people in the door. You have to get the people buying your services to really utilize all the trainings that you've taken. And I know a lot of you have really taken a lot of trainings. That's typically the go-to is, I don't know enough, so let me get another certification. Let me do another training. And how do I know? Because I was that person as well. I mean, I have probably on two hands the number of certifications, licensing, credentialing. If I really put all the letters behind my name, it probably would fill up two whole lines. And I'm not even joking. I someday I just have to list it all out. I just choose to focus on the ones I really use most commonly. But the point is I've been there where I've done all the trainings, all the things, spent all my time and energy investing in Cod Ed, and I'm glad. I'm really glad. I'm thankful for that knowledge. But truthfully, if I didn't learn the marketing and selling, which is really what I've been investing in as well, so it's an and, you don't have to choose one or the other, over the last 5 years or so, is how to really market and sell. And this is what I'm going to talk about this morning, so you can really launch your business, get it off the ground when you don't have that startup capital, when you don't have that revenue, when you're bootstrapping it. Or if you're feeling stuck, you're coming out of the pandemic, or maybe you just had a plateau in your business, whatever the reason. So a lot of the times when we think of, there is a difference between marketing and selling. Today we're going to be focusing on the marketing component. In future lives we will be talking about anatomy and all those things, so yoga therapy, modifications of poses, all those things, yes. And we'll be talking about selling, yes. Today is just the marketing. And most of the time when we think of marketing, we think of, oh, well, I have to do Facebook ads, I have to do Google ads, I have to maybe pay to get my YouTube video shown, or I need to hire a team, or I need to hire a marketing expert, or all the things, right? We think of all the money going out, and then we get stuck because we're like, oh, I don't have the money, or that seems really overwhelming, or I'm not even sure where to start. So today, after watching this, I promise you, you will either get a kick in the butt if you've been doing this and you stopped for some reason, or maybe you're afraid to start or don't know where to start. You'll now know where. You're going to get at least 1 to 2 ideas that you can do immediately right after this, okay? So there is a difference between all those ads and hiring a marketing person and all the things, or newspaper ads. So there's a cajillion ways you can do paid marketing. But there's also our organic marketing. And all that means is, instead of a money investment or hiring someone or hiring a team, it's a time investment. So really, you have an option, right? If you have the money but don't have the time because your business has momentum and going, and you have all the clients, so you don't have the time to spend on marketing, that's when you really hire someone. But to get to that point, you have to invest your time. And a lot of the time in the beginning, you have more time. So this is really appropriate. Or if you feel like, okay, I'm coming back from the pandemic, people are doing more in person, this is when you really need to invest the time. So what are some ways? So if you look on my personal profile, just hop over there, you'll see all kinds of ways that I really use organic marketing. Really, for the first 3 years of my business till I hit over 6 figures, I used all organic marketing. I didn't pay for anything till I was hit 6 figures or more. And here are some of the ways. Just telling my story. I have groups. I do Facebook Lives. I reach out to people. I post on a few social media platforms that I feel comfortable with. I do YouTube videos. I try things. I now have an email marketing system where I send emails that I actually pay for their service. Well, I pay for the software company. I write the emails personally. But when I was first starting out, I used MailChimp. MailChimp was free. I used MailChimp for the first 2 years of my business, and I wrote a consistent blog once to twice a week, newsletters. It's free. I think what holds you back a lot of the times from utilizing these free resources is that you have a fear of being visible and showing up. So that's a question to ask yourself. Or you feel like you don't know what to say. Right? If you can resonate to either of those, you're afraid to be judged, you're afraid to be criticized, you have imposter syndrome, like who am I to be sharing my story? Who am I to be sharing all this information? Comment below. If you feel like you don't know what to say, comment below. I've got you. We're going to go over both of these right now. Okay, so let's talk about what to say first, because sometimes when you know what to say, it can overcome the other obstacle of the fear of being visible. So knowing what to say, all you have to do is focus on your people. And it doesn't mean having a niche. You don't have to have a niche. I go over this. Hi, Misha, good to see you. Yes. Publish even if you're in fear. I love that. Please do that today and then come back and let me know how it goes, okay? I'd love to hear it. I have a coach and she calls it the garbage challenge. Just posting anything, whether it be to your newsletter or on social media, just doing one thing. It can be small and simple. If you look on my personal profile, I just did that this morning because I was literally putting suntan lotion on my daughter, and it reminded me, and she wanted more massage. And it reminded me of like how I'm just a body worker unconsciously, and I shared it and it was fun. So anyways, knowing what to say. Sometimes we get hung up on, I have to have a specific niche. We put all these obstacles and hurdles and disclaimers and rules and all this stuff, and it overwhelms and frees us. Our nervous system literally goes into the fight or flight and says, oh my God, I really don't know who I'm talking to and what to say. And all you have to do is think of your ideal client. Maybe it's someone that already purchased services with you. Maybe it's someone that you wish would purchase services with you. Who are they? What keeps them up at night? What are their struggles? What are their dreams? What are their goals? If you think of these questions, it takes the focus off of you and your fears and the imposter syndrome of not knowing enough, not being enough, to thinking about them and how you can best serve them. I do this trick all the time. Like if I'm going, some of you may know, if you're on my weekly newsletter, I always send out a newsletter on Mondays with some type of value content. And the question I always ask myself is, what do they need to hear from me today? Or how can I help one person today? What would one person need to hear? And I keep closing my eyes because literally this is what I do. I sit in front of my computer and I go inward. I shut off all the noise around me and I just put myself in my client's shoes and think about what would they need to hear to help them. And truthfully, that's how I share a lot of my story, right? So some of you know, you can again head over to my personal profile. I will only teach and only share what I personally do and what I know works. And you can see my last couple of posts have gotten a ton of engagement, even a few shares, because I speak it from my heart. I'm sharing my story, right? I'm not speaking to a specific ideal customer avatar. I'm just sharing what's inspiring me, what's getting me through hard times, because I know that some of my clients have those same struggles. It might show up externally a little bit different. Like so for me, I'm going through cancer screens and all kinds of health stuff, and I'm learning how to grow my business while taking care of myself and enjoying life. And so I'm just speaking to that because I know a lot of my clients, like you might not be going through a cancer scare. I hope not. But maybe you have another health issue, or maybe you're just not having enough time to spend with your family and enjoy this beautiful summer, right? And so we're all really struggling from something at certain times. And if I just speak from my heart of my own transformations, and they don't have to be huge, right? They're just mini wins I'm learning along the way, and I'm just sharing them. And it promotes engagement, right? And that is organic marketing. That's all you have to do is just show up and share your message. I know so many of you, I've heard so many wonderful practitioners here of all the skills that you have to offer, of how you have already helped so many people. Share those stories, share client testimonials. If you follow my stories, when I get texts, that people just randomly text me, thank you so much for the session, thank you so much for this or that. I just share them, right? Because that may speak to someone else that's really struggling. And then that gets momentum, and it also gives you more confidence that you do know what you're talking about. You are already helping a ton of people, and that overcomes that fear of being visible. And you know what? If someone judges you or criticizes you, right? We all have lurkers. We all have people that are going to kind of give their opinion that's maybe unsolicited, we didn't ask for. Just tune it out. You focus on you and your people. All right, Misha, thank you so much. I hope to see you another day. But let us know how that post goes, or email, whatever you're doing, okay? And we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to keep this short because I know really your time is more worthwhile spent just learning this information and then implementing it right away. So if you're watching this on the replay, comment replay, let me know what you did to reach out to someone in organic fashion. Maybe you started your own group. Maybe you just did a post. Maybe you sent out an email. Maybe you showed up to an event and just told someone what you did. Maybe you responded to a message that you've been ignoring because you didn't quite know what to say. Let me know what you did. Choose one of those today, or if you thought of your own, share it here in the comments so you can inspire other people. And that way we create a nice community here and we can help each other. And if you feel really stuck, just sign up for a free strategy call with me. The only thing you'll invest is your time. There's no obligation. You don't have to sign up for everything. But what I can do is help create an awareness within yourself of what might be holding you back. Maybe it's that imposter syndrome, and you just didn't even realize that you were freezing because your nervous system was in the fight or flight, right? Maybe it's you didn't know the next steps. Maybe you feel like you have to decide on your niche and you keep getting stuck and roadblocked there. The point of this free strategy session is to give you a strategy. It's to create an awareness within you to empower you so you know the next step. The point of me showing up as a coach, a guide, and a mentor is not to have you dependent on me. It's to help facilitate the questions that you can begin to asking yourself. So yes, I can always be here to guide and help you to grow to that next level. but you know that if I do have to take a break for a vacation or a surgery, that you also have that within yourself as well. And that's how we work as a community. So you can always sign up for a strategy call, and or just let me know what you did today to get out there organically by investing your time without having to invest money. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye for now.